Hello YouTube, this is Lisa and Beans again. Just coming back for an update on the garden. We had a whole bunch of rain the other day, so the garden has gotten real big since last time, and I just kind of want to show off and brag a little bit. But while I'm out here, I might as well give you guys a couple of pointers as well. Before I kind of do the tour of the garden to tell you guys what's in here. But your garden, first things first, your garden is just as good as the wildlife that's trying to eat it. Rabbits and squirrels are annoying, but if they wasn't after your food, then you know something is wrong with your garden. The only thing you really have to worry about is gnats or whatever flies flying around your one specific plant, or maybe one or two specific plants. That means that plant is dying, and you need to figure out what is wrong with that. Usually you need more nitrous or nitrogen, or you need more water, whichever one. So these are my raised beds, and these are pepper plants. And over here I have carrots, which are doing well. I don't know if you guys can see that itty bitty plant. There you go. Yep. And then you got plants down here. If I can find it. Hold on. Here we go. Right there. Those are my carrots. And they're coming up. They're supposed to be all along this line, but it looks like everything is not coming up at the same time. I planted an aloe vera plant just to see what happens. I don't know. I just figured it'd be fun. Yep. And then this is my potato plant, which looks like it's almost ready to be harvested. I'm kind of waiting for it to grow the seed, because I really don't want to get rid of this plant too soon. But telling by the ground underneath, if you kind of look in here, how it's raised that way almost, and you see on this side here is raised that way. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, if you see that under there, it's kind of, the ground is raised a little bit, which tells you that some potatoes have grown. And my precious tomato plants, which is trying to flower, but I kind of messed up with the time of planting, so I don't know if it's going to actually bear fruit. But it looks good, so that's nice. But yeah, I kind of planted these towards the middle, the end of spring, beginning of summer, which was way too hot for it, I guess. We had several days back to back that was 86 and above degrees, and I don't think I like that very well. It might be sterile, all of these plants, but we'll see. I'm going to keep it until it dies. So I'm going to water it and take care of it until it dies and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure that if it hasn't flowered really well yet, it's probably not going to. We got one more month before it gets kind of cool here. More tomato plants, same variety. Here you are. Alright, then I planted one collard plant, mainly because I wanted to see what would happen. I got to harvest a little bit. That's my collard plant. And then cilantro, of course. Herbs, again, grow like crazy. And then these are my bush beans. And these are some, I think this one right here is my tomato plant. These are here, I think it's just weeds, but I gotta weed my garden. But yeah, my bush beans over here is growing pretty well. I don't know if it has anything. It looks like it's trying to grow something, but the bugs are getting it real bad. I might have to spray some neem oil later tonight. That's another thing. You don't want to put down oil or anything on your plants in the middle of the day. You want to start cooking them in the ground. Just a strawberry plant. Hasn't really done anything. Yeah, my strawberry plant hasn't really done anything. But they are growing like crazy, I'll tell you what. I might just keep some of these in here. This mint bush is just eating up everything. It just don't care. I had another pepper plant here, but it just went crazy and ate it up. So that's going to be different. Parsley. Yeah. And then here's another one of my stuff. My seeded plants. Yeah, okay. So something is coming up here. This one I believe is my lettuce. The other one I believe was my spinach. Then I have dill, which we all know dill don't care. They'll just grow. And then here's another pepper plant, which is not doing well. I'm probably gonna have to do something with that. It was doing well, and all of a sudden it stopped. I gotta figure out what's wrong with that. And that's just another weed, I guess. I had to take that up. And then here's my jalapeno plant, another pepper plant. Something is grown, which is pretty good. Oh, can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. No. There we go. Let's see. I can barely see. There you go. Here it is. And the jalapeno. More growing. This squash, which hasn't bear fruit at all, even though it's been raining. And here's some mustard greens, or the beginnings of mustard greens here. Yep. You can see that purple hue in the middle. Yeah. And then of course these are growing. This needs to be taken apart and put in my raised bed, but I'm gonna wait a little bit before I do that. And then here is my lettuce plant, all purple like. And then over in my raised bed I have my bell peppers, which is weird, it's a little bit spicy, but they're growing pretty well. At least something is coming up. And then my basil and my sage, and of course rosemary. Gotta have rosemary. And then again I have sprouts here. This I believe is more lettuce. Yeah, these are more lettuce. That plants look just like it. That's rare when you see budding plants look just like the regular plants. But yeah, these are my lettuce. And then this here, let's see. Yeah, this is another one. I believe this is my watermelon seeds, actually. I forgot. And this one is still going. I'm just waiting. And this is, I believe, is spinach here. But we'll see when it finally comes up. And then this is something coming up, which I believe is another watermelon. There you go. And that's pretty much it. I created some more. I filled out my other raised beds. This time, instead of tilling a little bit of the, sorry for the background. Instead of tilling a little bit of the mulch inside of my dirt, what I did was I went on ahead and just left it on top. I had one at the bottom, one at top. I'm just gonna plant in the middle, see what happens. So yeah, those sprouts are probably gonna go in these beds here, which is, if you see them how small they are, you'll understand why I didn't want to do pumpkins or anything huge, since I was already doing watermelon anyway in these beds. I wouldn't have any real space. We'll get that done. And then last but not least, I planted these onions. Yeah, I planted these onions in here from my grandmother's garden. I just put them down just to see what would happen. And as you can see, they not only grew, but they spread. Like you see that some of them seeded and they're about to die. And now on this side here, you see more onions as well. So that's my garden so far. It's looking okay. It looks like the peppers is doing more and the potatoes are doing more than anything else. But hopefully these leafy greens that I'm about to plant will be a lot better, since that collard plant did well in the garden. And let's hope that watermelon does well. But if you water it a lot every day, it should do well. And then, oh yeah, this is cilantro I was telling you guys about. So I had to transplant some of the cilantro because it was growing in a weird way. So what I did was I just put it over here, and as you can see, can you guys see that? Yeah. I pruned them. I took the tops off, and they're growing again. This one looks like it's dying for real. But we'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah, that's everything. All right. Thank you guys.